Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Victoria needs a new man. Stalled Cole romance isn't working out. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers reveal that Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinel, and Cole Howard, J. Eddie Peck, grew closer as they got to know Claire Grace, Haley Aaron, so they've formed a sweet family unit. Although Cole and Victoria are wonderful parents to Claire, that doesn't mean they're the ideal romantic partners. Of course, we should point out that Victoria doesn't have the best track record with men. Cole is a good guy who listens and has a kind heart, so he does check off some nice boxes. If this were real life, we'd probably be cheering for Victoria and Cole to live happily ever after. Victoria could settle down with Cole and have a quiet life of boredom with him, but that just doesn't really work on soaps. Without a juicy romance to keep her busy, Victoria doesn't have much to do other than have lunch with Claire and question Victor Newman's, Eric Braeden, strategies at work. Victoria is at least dipping her toe back in the Newman business world, but her love life has stalled in a big way. We get that Cole didn't want to rush things and hoped to do this reunion right, but his relationship with Victoria is moving at a snail's pace. Plus, Victoria and Cole aren't exactly oozing with hot chemistry. You could argue that Cole and Victoria make a cute couple on some level, but they're not delivering anything that could pass for sizzling sparks. With all that in mind, do you think Victoria needs a new man? Is it time to scrap Victoria's romance with Cole and just let her move on with someone else? Even after all these months of reconnecting, Cole and Victoria haven't gone too deep. That could make it easier for Victoria and Cole to move back into the friend zone since they barely left it to begin with. There won't be any major heartbreak if Cole and Victoria's romance doesn't work out. There won't be any real fan outrage either, so maybe Y&R should just ditch this reunion attempt and put Victoria with another guy instead. Whether the man is someone else Victoria's dated before or a brand new character, there'll be interesting places to go if Victoria gets a fresh romantic chapter. It could lead to good news since Victoria might get a better storyline in the end. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Victoria's future could be bright, so stick with us for more predictions on her relationship with Cole and updates on how long it'll last. Victoria Newman has never been a woman to shy away from challenges, whether in the boardroom or the bedroom. But as the weeks in Genoa City drag on, it's becoming increasingly clear that her latest romantic entanglement with Cole hasn't just stalled, it's run out of gas entirely. Victoria, always the epitome of strength and poise, finds herself in an unfamiliar position, bored. Cole, the enigmatic artist who once seemed like a breath of fresh air, has now turned into a stale breeze. The sparks that initially flew between them have fizzled into embers, and no amount of rekindling seems to bring back the fire that once was. Their relationship, which started with such promise, is now nothing more than a series of awkward silences and forced conversations. Cole's brooding nature, which Victoria initially found intriguing, has become tiresome. His reluctance to commit, his tendency to retreat into his art whenever things get serious, and his inability to open up emotionally have left Victoria feeling more alone than ever. Victoria's frustration with Cole has been building for weeks. She's a woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to go after it, but with Cole, it's like she's constantly hitting a wall. Every time she tries to have a serious conversation with him about their future, he deflects, changes the subject, or simply shuts down. It's as if he's more in love with the idea of being in a relationship than actually being in one. The more Victoria tries to make things work with Cole, the more she realizes that they're simply not compatible. Their relationship is like a beautiful painting that looks perfect from a distance but falls apart under closer inspection. And for a woman like Victoria, who values depth and substance, this simply isn't enough. The final straw comes during a tense dinner at Society. What was meant to be a romantic evening quickly devolves into yet another argument about Cole's inability to commit. As Victoria tries to discuss their future, Cole's eyes glaze over, and he starts talking about his latest art project instead. It's clear that he's more interested in his canvas than in her. Victoria feels a surge of anger and hurt. She's given Cole chance after chance, hoping that he would finally step up and be the partner she deserves. but it's become painfully clear that Cole isn't capable of giving her what she needs. He's too wrapped up in his own world, too afraid to let anyone in, and too content with the status quo. As she sits there, listening to Cole drone on about his art, Victoria has an epiphany. She deserves better. She deserves a man who is just as passionate about her as he is about his work, someone who isn't afraid to love her fully and completely, someone who can meet her where she is and build a future together. That night, Victoria makes a decision. She's done trying to make things work with Cole. It's time to move on and find a man who can match her intensity, ambition, and drive. A man who isn't afraid to go all in, who understands the demands of her career and can support her both emotionally and professionally. As Victoria leaves the restaurant, she feels a weight lifting off her shoulders. For the first time in weeks, she feels a sense of clarity and purpose. She knows what she wants, and she's ready to go after it. But who could be the right man for Victoria Newman, who in Genoa City has the strength and presence to stand by her side without being overshadowed by her formidable personality? One name that comes to mind is Nate Hastings. Nate is strong, confident, and has the kind of quiet intensity that could balance Victoria's more assertive nature. He's a man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it, just like Victoria. But Nate is also caring and compassionate, qualities that Victoria desperately needs in a partner. Another potential candidate is Devin Hamilton. Devin is ambitious, driven, and has a deep understanding of the complexities of the corporate world. He's also fiercely loyal to those he cares about, a trait that Victoria values highly. A relationship between them could be a power couple in the making, with both of them pushing each other to new heights in both their personal and professional lives. And then there's the wild card, Billy Abbott. Despite their tumultuous history, there's no denying the chemistry between Victoria and Billy. They've been through the ringer together, and while their relationship has had its fair share of ups and downs, there's something undeniably electric about them. Billy knows Victoria better than almost anyone, and while he's far from perfect, he has a way of getting under her skin like no one else can. Whoever the man may be, one thing is clear: Victoria Newman is ready for a new chapter in her love life. She's tired of being with someone who doesn't appreciate her worth and is ready to find a man who can match her fire. As the weeks go on, fans of The Young and the Restless can expect to see Victoria take control of her romantic destiny. Whether she finds love with someone new or rekindles an old flame, one thing is for sure: Victoria isn't going to settle for anything less than she deserves, and in true Newman fashion, she's going to get exactly what she wants, on her terms. The coming weeks in Genoa City are sure to be filled with drama, romance, and plenty of twists and turns as Victoria embarks on her quest for love. But one thing is certain: Victoria Newman is a force to be reckoned with, and whoever she ends up with will need to be able to keep up with her. So who will be the man to finally win Victoria's heart? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure: Genoa City is about to get a lot more interesting.